Hello and welcome back to another episode of Into the 99, where we've got 99 cards, because Commander's number one. I am here with the boys. I've got Sherman, I've got Slothy. Sherman, how you doing today?
Not too bad. It's raining again outside. So yeah, how about you?
Good. I got soaked all week. It's been really nice. I don't like the heat, so the raining is a lot. I'm good. I'm not good at moderation, so I've been buying Warhammer stuff more and more and more. I got even more of it, so I got probably 300 or 400 Warhammer models to put together right now. I'm not good at chilling out, like the kids say. So other than that, no, it's been good. I've been having a ton of fun doing that. I've been swimming. Work's very busy right now. It's supposed to be my slow time, but everyone's off. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with me. And how are you feeling, really quickly, before I move on? How I know you were hurt. We're all kind of down and out for a while.
So, my physiotherapist kicked my butt on Thursday. Because like, you guys know me, I tend to push through the pain to get things done. And he's like, you need to stop doing that. When it hurts, you need to kind of say when. And I'm like, I'll try. So he proceeded to be like, okay, well, we'll see what your limit is. So like, he does I get massages, I get chiropractor, I get caffeine, I get acupuncture as well. So he starts needling me. And by the 20th time, I'm just like, okay, I call it quits.
Yeah.
So I'm still hurting from Thursday.
That's fair. When I broke my leg, they kept, the first day I went, they're like, that's crazy, this is a bad break, so we got to be careful with it. We're going to ease into it. Day 2, they're like, what if we used a half exercise ball and you just, I don't know, pretend you were in Karate Kid and just try balance on that with your one foot, your broken leg. It's probably fine. I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, it's going to be just okay. I'm like, I can't stand on my leg right now. They want me to get, yeah, it's
yeah.
They're interesting there. So, but I'm glad it's starting to go a little bit well. I hope you're feeling better, a little bit at least.
I'm getting there. So I still haven't really shared pictures with you guys. I'll try to remember sharing in the Discord, show you guys what I'm dealing with.
That is fair. But
yeah. And then Slothy had some beautiful news.
Yeah, Slothy, how was your night?
It was good. My band played our first show last night, and it went significantly better than I could have hoped for.
Let's go.
Met some really cool people, heard some pretty awesome music, and I am absolutely exhausted today.
That's fair. It's did it go pretty late, or?
Yeah, I don't think I ended up getting to sleep until about 3 a.m, and then I was up at 5.
There you go. For anyone who doesn't know, what do you do in the band, Slothy?
I'm the vocalist. We're a death metal band, so lots and lots of screaming.
I was gonna say I've seen some of the videos you guys practicing, and Slothy's normally so quiet and not when he's playing music. So yeah, it's definitely a bummer I didn't get out to see it, but I'm glad it went really well and stuff. Like I said, we just started. I said there's been a few people that have asked play some of Slothy's music, play some of your music and stuff, and Slothy's gonna shoot me some of that when they've got it all recorded and stuff. But I'll probably start just playing random clips of mine. I have the recording equipment. I can just hit play on whatever I want. So yeah, I can't copyright strike my own music. It doesn't work that way. But yeah, so you guys will probably get a few clips of that. It'd probably be like, hey, that's too much of your music. Share less. But no, yeah. Other than that, I'm glad it went well. The playing live's fun. I've had my fill of playing live, but it's a good time. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
No, so I'm very glad it went well. We like I said last week, I don't think we're gonna do big spoiler delves because I don't think people want to hear a 2-part spoiler episode every month. That's basically what it is. we're kind of talking a little bit before this started too about they're already spoiling Spider-Man stuff, and this set's like pre-releasing. You know, what I mean, you can't keep up with it. So maybe we'll do like set discussions. Probably we stick to a lot of like spoiler discussions in the Discord because they get posted as they come. But I think it's too many spoiler things if we want to talk about cards and everything. So I'm still jury's out. I'm still waiting on that. But that being said, it is pre-release of a new set, and there's a big rule change in the new set. Before we do that, Sherman, why don't you tell us about the rule change, tell us about the commander, and then we'll do some sponsors, then we'll get into the deck.
Oh, I was going to be like, okay, like the rule change is you should go to House of Cards.
That is a rule. Go. Yeah, you know what? I'll hit that right now. Go to houseofcards.ca, promo code IT99 for any of these new cards you want, or any cards you want. Go get some Power 9 stuff. I'm sure they would love to give me that commission. Promo code IT99 is going to get you a discount at checkout. They've got great stock, great shipping, great people. And if you want any of these new decks, put them in AI Armor sleeves. They're just pretty wonderful. Above that, beyond that, like, share, subscribe. It helps out. Come over to Patreon and chat with cool people. We have lots of cool patrons. We're going to do spell table games with them. I think I'm going to play with Frank. I saw Frank yesterday at the pre-release. I wasn't able to play, but I was, like I said, buying Warhammer stuff because I'm problematic. And yeah, other than that, Sherman, tell us about this new rule.
So the rule change happened not too long ago. But basically, any legendary artifact that's basically a spacecraft or a vehicle, if it can turn into a creature, you can have it as a commander or in the command zone. So, they did it specifically for this new set, Edge of Eternities. So, as a person that actually enjoys vehicles and everything, I'm obviously gonna try it. And with the new set, I might as well try doing the new spacecraft that they have here. So, the card we're gonna talk about is gonna be the Dawnsire Sunstar Dreadnought for 5 mana, legendary artifact spacecraft. Now it's a 2020, which is quite a bit for 5 mana, but it has something called Station. So Station basically tap another creature you control, put charge counters equal to its power onto the spacecraft. Station only adds a sorcery. It's an artifact creature at 20 plus. Okay, so there's 2 abilities here. 10 plus is whenever you attack, Dawnsire deals 100 damage to up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. But remember, at plus 10, not a creature. You need to get it to plus 20. Once it hits plus 20, it's a creature, and it has flying.
Does this ability, because it doesn't say whenever you attack with Dawnsire or whenever Dawnsire attacks, it's just whenever you attack.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, correct. Yes.
So I can just be like, technically speaking, I could put this in Rigo, tap 35 creatures to get it to 10, and then, and then I could just blast someone for 100 with, I swing at you with Ornithopter, 100 damage.
It's only going to a creature or planeswalker.
That's fine. I'm fine with targeting it that way. Nice birds you have. Dead.
Have none of your birds.
Well, I was hoping that someone would have like a wall of souls or something like that, so I can deal damage to it, and they can redirect that damage to someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If you have like the this is obviously colorless, but like the creepy doll kind of effects, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, like stuffy doll or like stuff like that, right? Like you mentioned though, like this is a colors deck. This is my first time doing a colors deck or a deck pack, so we will see how this goes.
Honestly, they've given such nice support to it lately that it's kind of nice. I was gonna say when you were talking to you are like the vehicle evangelist, right? Like you do love the vehicles, so playing against them, I do not really like the vehicles. So seeing how you play and like seeing the decks you build has often made me be like, oh, like vehicles actually could be pretty cool and stuff. I again think that they just don't really understand the rules very well of the game they make. So they're just like, oh yeah, like these are the commanders, and you can't be the commanders, and they're like, haha, bet. And now they can be. But I like I said, I do think the vehicles change is a good change. I just like to see people play whatever, and I've always been like, if you like, I have a Cauldron deck, right? The legendary equipment one.
Yeah.
So it's, I like seeing people play kind of thing like this. This opens up a ton of new decks and retroactively a ton of cool stuff. But this is a pretty cool ability, like a flying 2020 that is also a removal stick, like a removal literal cannon from the command zone, is pretty cool. I assume you lose all these counters once it dies.
All the counters basically go away unless you have someone like an Ozolith.
Yeah.
So, but even with the Ozolith, it's only when a creature goes away.
That's fair, and it's not a creature till 20.
So, yeah, like Ozolith only happens when a creature you control leaves the battlefield. If it has counters that you can move the counters onto Ozolith and then back, right? Right now, like with the station doesn't become a creature until you're 20 plus.
Yeah, I like it. I do think it's cool. I like the ability to. The one thing that I don't like about this before we move into it is it's a bummer that you have to station as a sorcery. You have to commit to that, like on your turn.
I'm fine with that. I am 100% fine with that because if you get to, station it on everyone else's turn, it's more dangerous.
That's fair.
In a sense. Like I like having a challenge, right? There's like advantages and disadvantages for everything, pros and cons for everything. Pro here is that you have something that's big, that has evasion, it deals 100 damage on attack or things. But that's the pros. But there has to be cons, right? And the cons is going to be like, your defense is going to be down a bit.
That's fair. I like that. And it is kind of cool thing, it's saying your defenses are down. It's this big dreadnought ship, and it's just like, shields off, powering laser.
Yeah, exactly, right? We're building the station. We don't have the infrastructure yet. We don't have our supplies yet. Like we are being hit with tariffs, so things are coming in slowly.
That's fair. Let's jump into our ramp section, I guess, and take away what we got. I'll take our first one. We have Aetheric Amplifier, which is a 3-mana rock. You tap, add 1 mana of any color. 4, tap, choose 1, activate only sorcery. Oh, great. Double the number of each kind of counter on target permanent, which is pretty strong. Or double the number of each kind of counter you have. Use it to kill yourself with poison and leave the game faster.
Yeah, poison. I've done that.
This is a phenomenal mana rock.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with this new station stuff.
It is fun. It'll be interesting for the new station stuff. In all honesty, it seems very interesting. I've had great success with this, using it for energy counters and planeswalkers. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah. Sloth, you want to take us away here?
Yeah. Next one we've got here is Bounty Board. 3 mana. You can tap it for 1 mana of any color, or pay 1 and tap it to put a bounty counter on target creature, activate only as a sorcery. And whenever a creature with a bounty counter on it dies, each of its controller's opponents draws a card and gains 2 life.
Yeah. I would say you're doing pretty good there.
Yep.
Yeah. So the Bounty Board, since we're colors, I'm I want people to use removal on other people's stuff. So putting a bounty counter on something that's not ours kind of incentivizes them to try to target that instead. Just get the card draw and gain 2 life. So that's the hope. Whether that happens or not is a different story.
Well, I was going to say too, you with your commander, you can just remove whatever you want. You can just say, hey, I'll give you the draw next time, Daniel, but that card's dying. Please, it's an Ornithopter of Paradise. I have nothing. Yeah, I like that.
The next card here is going to be Burnished Heart. We haven't seen this in a while. We haven't played with this in a while. It's for 3 mana, artifact creature elf. It's a 2/2. Tap 3 mana, sacrifice furnish, or search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them on the battlefield, tap, and shuffle.
Yeah. I like this. We got a Mind Stone, nice 2 mana rock. 2 colorless, you tap, you add 1 colorless, and you can do 1 and a tap, sack it, draw a card.
Love to see it. Next up, we've got the Palladium Mirror. 3 mana for a 2/2 artifact creature mirror that you can tap and add 2 colorless.
I love Mirror so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Although, Slothy, one second, sorry. Although, Slothy, I do like to say that when we see the card up in big details, it changes it, and it kind of looks like you know how the mirror's face is clearly going to the left?
Yeah.
If you look at it, the mirror, and you look at it and think it's to the right, it looks like an anime face. There's like an eye, a mouth looking towards the sun.
Oh, you monster!
Now I can't unsee it. Now it's the anime girl mirror. I hate seeing cards big like this. I can't unsee it now. That's so funny.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. I'm leaving.
This is another thought vessel to me. This has just wrecked the card.
Too early for this.
Goodness gracious. I cannot unsee that now.
It's there. That's the face.
Yeah, it 100% is.
All right. Okay. Yep. Well, that's wrecked that card for me. Sherman, take our next one away. I love anime girl Palladium Mirror.
The next card we have here is going to be Scare Tiller. For 4 mana, it's a 1/4 artifact creature Scarecrow. Whenever it becomes tapped, you choose one. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped, or return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped.
Yeah, that's great.
It's very, very, very useful for what we're going to do later on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually super good. I really, really like that. We have Soul Ring. This is the new Soul Ring, I assume?
Yeah.
This is pretty cool looking. It's all right. 1 mana, again, taps and taps for 2 colorless.
Then we've got Solemn Simulacrum. 4 mana for a 2/2 artifact creature golem. When this creature enters, you may search your library for a basic land card, put that card onto the battlefield tapped and then shuffle, and when this creature dies, you may draw a card.
The next card we have here is going to be the Warring Triad. For 3 mana, it's a 5/5 legendary artifact creature god. It has flying, trample, haste. And as long as there are fewer than 8 cards in your graveyard, it is not a creature. You can tap it to mill a card, and target player adds 1 mana of any color. So this is great for politics. It's a 5 power, so you can tap it, and you're halfway to the 10 plus for the station. So it's really nice for that.
Oh yeah, the station's their power, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that a lot. We have Ultima, Origin of Oblivion. 5 colorless for another legendary creature god. It's a flyer, 4/4. Whenever Ultima attacks, put a blight counter on target land. For as long as that land has a blight counter on it. That's hilarious. It loses all land types and abilities and has tap for colorless. That's great. And then in our deck, whenever you tap a land for colorless, you add an additional colorless. This is phenomenal ramp. It's land color denial. It's hilarious. It's a flyer. I'm into this one.
Mm-hmm.
This card, becomes target number 1.
This is a 59 cent card.
Time when you threaten to attack with it.
Yeah. A 59 cent card. I think I got to pick one of these up. This is hilarious. I love to, again, tangents aside, I was sick for so long. You guys get so many tangents from me. People generally leave your lands alone. So it makes people build kind of the social construct is to leave people's lands alone, right? But I don't play that way. I specifically, especially if it's if we're playing a little higher power games, not quite CDH, but a little high, I love to blow up people's colored lands. Like if you're playing like a Sultai deck, I'm blowing your green lands up. You can have all the ramp you want in it. You're not having green, right? So like things like this are right in my wheelhouse because a lot of people will keep a hand that's not me. I'm a lot of people will keep a hand that's not a good hand because they've got the ramp. Okay, well I've got the colors I need or something like that. And if you can shut off their like main ramp color of like green or you know what I mean, if they're playing like a Selesnya deck and you just take away their access to green, that's not a great deck.
Well, you see, like lands are also getting so strong.
Mm-hmm.
Like with all the utility that they're adding. So this card's phenomenal for saying, hey, no, that you shouldn't just really leave people's lands alone anymore because if you do that, they'll kill you.
Yeah, I have so many decks that function around. There's like 10 or 11 tutors because I want the World Tree to fix all my land problems because I'm being cheap in that deck. If I don't have the World Tree,
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean, right? It's there's a lot of decks that I have that are like that, and I specifically really like the utility of the like in a lot of my personal ones. It doesn't often fit my budget version of lists. But I love the flip like pathways and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I love it because I'm like, okay, well, this is the color I needed then. But if you take that color away from me, that's problematic.
Then you're screwed, yeah.
Yeah. And also this is hilarious. Just for any of the people who don't play on that higher budget and stuff, someone's like, I play Tropical Island. You're like, you play nothing. Enjoy your waste. Yeah. I'm into this card a lot, actually. I know it probably came up in our 9 months. Oh, I wasn't on the one when we talked about this. Obviously, that's why.
Yeah, no, I don't think you were.
That's fair. I was sick, but now I'm sick with envy of this card. It's really mean. I'll let us continue, but I like this card. This is ignorant magic.
Oh, and moving on here, we've got the Unstable Obelisk, 3 mana. You can tap it for colorless. And you can pay 7 and tap it to sacrifice the obelisk to destroy target permanent. You can destroy that tropical island for 7 mana.
I like it.
There you go.
They don't even get a 3/3.
This is anti-dual land tech at its best.
All right. Rounding off our ramp section with the Worn Power Stone, 3 mana artifact. When it enters tap, and you tap it to add 2 colorless to your mana pool.
Yeah. I'm a fan. Honestly, I like this ramp section a lot. This is a great section. It's got a ton of utility. It has cool stuff that works with the station. It's got unique cards that I don't really see very often. It has I don't like this person in particular cards. I like it.
Trying to switch it up here and there. We still have some staples like the Mind Stone, Soul Ring, but we have weird cards as well. So it switches it up. It keeps people on their toes.
Well, I think as well too. You only really have access to ramp in weird things in a deck like this, like the Anime Girl Mirror. Like the only things that you have there are like creatures. They're going to be a lot slower unless you use those rocks, right? You can't Farseek, you can't cultivate Circuitous Root, any of those big ones. And there's a lot of big artifacts already. Our Commander's 5, the Warring God is 5, right? So we kind of have to sneak in some of these. They may be staples, but they can really smooth the game out. Like there's nothing really stopping you from dropping in, like if you get a great early hand, like a Soul Ring Mind Stone would be just a wonderful opener. I do like that you didn't include the Arcane Signet because your commander doesn't have a color. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing with Commander Spear, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, because it's your commander's identity and you get nothing. It's fair. I respect it.
Yeah.
Let's go into our cost reduction here. We have Foundry Inspector. The price of this is nice. $3.96 for these. Are cool. Foundry Inspector, 3 mana for a 3/2 artifact creature construct, and your artifacts are blanket 1 less to cast. Awesome.
Yeah. So deck is running like 46 artifacts.
I like a theme.
So if you know someone has like mass artifact removal, they're your number one enemy.
Next up, we have It That Heralds the End. 1 and a colorless for a 2/2 Eldrazi drone. Colorless spells you cast with mana value 7 or greater cost 1 less, and other colorless creatures you control get +1/+1.
Truth be told, all we care about is the anthem. We just care about the 1/1/1. Sometimes it helps us where we have mana value of 7 or greater. Sometimes we really care about that +1/+1. So,
Yeah.
Next up here we have Gyro's Familiar for 4 mana. It's an artifact creature bird that's a 2/2. Has flying and historic spells you cast cost 1 less to cast.
I like this. Honestly, I love George Familiar. And then you have Ugin, which is mean. 6 mana Ugin the Ineffable for a legendary planeswalker. Technically, you can blast your own Ugin. If I politics well enough, you might do it. Colorless spells, you never know. You never know till you try. Starting loyalties 4. Colorless spells you cast cost 2 less, which is crazy good. And then exile the top card, +1. Exile top card of your library face down, look at it, create a 2/2 colorless spirit creature token. When that token leaves, you put the exiled card into your hand, which is one of them. I love this ability. It's very, very strong in a planeswalker. And then it's -3 is destroy target permanent. That's 1 or more colors. Sadly, cannot hit land. I was gonna be happy if we could go into this just direction. This is a land destruction deck. But yeah, Ugin's a monster. We'll do our card advantage here, Sherman.
Yeah, next section. So like you can see like between the ramp and the cost reduction, that's like 16 cards. So we're in color sets. We're gonna have some issues with everything. And a lot of things are gonna cost a lot of like mana or like things to do things on our turn. So we need a lot more of that ramp package in a sense. So and then the next section is going to be card advantage group draw, because there's not much good draw, I should say. Not much good draw in colorless.
My camera's not on for those guys, just for the recording stuff right now. But Sherman, if the smile you saw on my face when I read the section name group draw, I was like, group draw. Then I scrolled down and saw the first few cards. I was like, yeah, let's go. We're getting through to him. He's making Rigo next. It's Slothy. You want to start our group draw section?
Yeah. First up here, we got the Collector's Vault. 2 mana artifact. You can pay 2 and tap it to draw a card and discard a card. Create a treasure token.
I like that.
It's nice. The next card is a fun card. It's Coveted Jewel for 6 mana. Okay. When Coveted Jewel enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards. Tap it to add 3 mana of any one color. Whenever 1 or more creatures an opponent controls attack you and are blocked, that player draws 3 cards and gains control of Coveted Jewel. Untap it. This is a fun card. When you drop this, you tell people, hey, you can attack me, okay, with something small, and we can just pass it around, and everyone just goes nuts.
It's so nice, yeah.
And you're giving them 3 mana.
Well, and your commander's got that. It's got flying, so really, it is nice late game to get it and take it back.
Yeah, but keep in mind, your commander's 20/20.
That's fine. 21 damage to die, baby. You could take it. You're all right. Yeah, I love Coveted Jewel. It is a great politics tool.
Yeah.
Obviously, it had to line up with me. The stars brought me this card. It's Howling Mind. Let's go. I got to get that Celebrate Good Times song on the soundboard. Woo! Yeah, Howling Mind, 2 mana. At the beginning of each player's draw step, if Howling Mind is untapped, that player draws an additional card. I love it. That's one of my favorite turn 1 plays. Again, if you can crack that one out, forget Soul Ring Mindstone, Soul Ring Howling Mine, buddy, we're in for a good night. Love it.
Next up here, we've got Introduction to Prophecy, 3 mana sorcery. It's a lesson. Scry 2, then draw a card.
Not horrible.
Nice and simple. Next one gonna be Karn, Scion of Urza for 4 mana. It's a legendary planeswalker. It's Karn. Comes in with 5 loyalty. For +1, you reveal the top 2 cards of your library. An opponent chooses one of them, put that card in your hand, and exiles the other one with a silver counter on it. -1, put a card you own with a silver counter on it from exile in your hand, and for -2, create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token with this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. That gets big.
Yeah.
Once again, we have 46 artifacts in the deck.
Yeah.
It'll be big.
Pretty good. I like that. That is like also a nice way, because I like the politics, because you do reveal the cards, right? It's nice to be like, give me this Howling Mine and I won't blow you up with the Dreadnought. I'll help us all get that. And if you don't give me it, Ultima your lands. Ultima on you. Ultima on your family.
Ultima on your cow.
Yeah, exactly. You get it. Next, we have our Lembas. It's 2 mana food. When it enters, you scry 1, draw a card, which is great. And then pay 2, tap, sack it. You gain 3 life because it's a food. When it's put into a graveyard from the battlefield, its owner shuffles it into their library. That's also nice. Just keeps going. Nice one we can keep casting.
Yeah. Then we've got the Pendant of Prosperity, 3 mana artifact. When it enters the battlefield, under the control of an opponent of your choice, you can pay 2 and tap it to draw a card. Then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Pendant of Prosperity's owner draws a card. Then that player may put a land card from their hand onto the battlefield.
I've got to say, it's very fun seeing how the people you play with and build with affect how you play, because I used to play just like a monster all the time, and now I'm just like, this deck is budget and it's sick. Look at how silly it is. And now here's Sherman. We're rocking group hug stuff. Let's get it going. I'm into it.
It's technically ramping you at the same time, and you're being political. You're making an ally.
Well, and you're making them use their mana for it and stuff. There's a lot of times there's someone at the table who hasn't. When you play with someone like Brian plays a lot of the mana doublers and stuff, right? Nyx Bloom Ancient, Mirari's Wake, those kind of things. So dropping this on a player like that and just saying, here's something you can sink your mana into. It's going to be a draw engine for you, and it's just very, very nice, like politics, and it kind of slows down the player who's ahead in mana so much, right? Because I want that draw, right? So it is going to kind of slow them down a bit, because now they're sinking 2 mana every turn. Sure, they might get a land back, but they're still down a land this way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or at the same time, if someone's like, behind and you want to help them out, you can also give this to them as well. Mm-hmm. And you're helping them out in a sense, but they're also helping you out, right?
Never give this to a landfall player. That's crazy.
No matter how bad their game's going,
No matter how alluring their promises are, never break.
My Scoot Swarms aren't going to come at you, I promise.
Yeah.
You liar.
I make 5,000 Scoot Swarms on your turn for 2 mana.
That's okay. I have these other creatures coming after you. It's my turn next. We have Sir Ginger, the Meal Ender, for 2 mana. Legendary artifact creature, Food Knight. That's a 3/1. It has trample, hexproof, and haste as long as an opponent controls a planeswalker. Cool. Whenever another artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Sir Ginger and scry 1. For 2 and attack, sacrifice Sir Ginger, you gain life equal to its power. This is a fun card.
I like it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'd like to build a deck with this at some point. I think it'd be funny. We have our treasure map next. 2 colorless for an artifact. You pay 1 on the tap, scry 1, put a landmark counter on treasure map. Then if there's 3 or more landmark counters on it, transform it, create 3 treasure tokens, and it transforms into Treasure Cove, which is tap for a colorless or sack a treasure, draw a card. I like this. A nice 1 mana just to kind of top deck manipulate a little bit.
Yeah. Also, shout out to my friendly neighborhood LGS, Treasure Cove.
That's a cool name, actually.
Hey, there you
go. Rounding out this section here, we've got the Zenith Chronicler. 2 mana for a 3/1 artifact creature, Phyrexian Construct. Whenever a player casts their first multicolored spell each turn, each other player draws a card.
Yeah.
So this card is really fun, because a lot of people do play multicolor spells. Let's face it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the most common kind of commanders we see tend to be either 2 colors or 3 colors, right? So we don't really see monocolors too often. We don't see colorless too often, So chances are you're gonna have people casting and you're gonna be drawing cards.
Mm-hmm.
Worst comes to worst, if it does nothing, it's still a 3 power that can have to add 3 of those charge counters onto your station. Which is all I really care about. Okay, the fact that we can all draw from someone casting stuff is just a bonus.
The nice thing too is that
hey.
where Magic kind of is right now, a lot of commanders fall into that 3 mana zone. You see a lot of turn 3 commanders, even like last week we did Hope, right? Like the Hope Esseltheim. That's a 2 mana commander, but it's not one you're dropping on 2, right? So this is kind of whenever someone plays their commander, draw a card, which is really, really nice to think of that way, because commander's generally a big power spike. This kind of gets everyone else a card. I like it.
Yeah, it's also nice because, like, if someone is, like, a problem at the table and, like, we killed their commander, like, 3 times, let's say, and it's the color, then they're, it's like, okay, you can cast your commander again, but there's a chance that we're drawn into more removal once more.
Yeah.
So we're trying to utilize other people to do the removal for you. So everybody draws. Don't target me. I'm trying to help you all.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Leave him alone. Yeah, no,
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, you got a section that says group draw. You're speaking my language right now.
That's for now. We'll see what happens in future deck tests.
You've got Ultima. We're wrecking lands. We're group hugging. This is it's group hug adjacent. It's all group hug adjacent.
We're not really wrecking land. We haven't destroyed it. You can still tap it for colorless mana.
Yeah, you're helping me get access to colorless mana, and I respect that.
Yeah.
I like it.
The next two sections I have is basically, like, I don't really have any other, like, way of putting them in. I just named it what they are. So, because, of what they do. So you'll see what I mean. It is my turn next anyway. So, take the next section. Section 4, cheap creatures. And when I mean cheap, I mean from mana value 1 through 4. Okay, so they're cheap-ish. All right. First one is going to be Circuit Mender for 3 mana. It's an artifact creature insect that's 2/3. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life, which is nice. It's a nice bonus. When the Circuit Mender leaves the battlefield, draw a card.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
It's a good throwaway aggro attacker too, right? Because I want it to die. I want that draw.
Yeah, exactly. Or sacrificial blocker. In the meantime, you can just tap it to add 2 counters to your station.
Yep. Next here we have our Etched Champion. It's 3 mana for a 2/2 soldier with Metalcraft. Etched Champion has protection from all colors as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. That's great. That's getting through.
We honestly kind of want this because, I threw this in because of my experience with Monarch, where no one would let me attack, and I couldn't get in. And since we have the Covenant Jewel out, I want the Covenant Jewel back.
Yep. Well, again, too, you do have to remember that this deck, your politicsing is a little different because you don't want to. You want to block my thing. Okay, well, your creature dies when I attack.
Yeah.
It's gone before declare blockers. You declare nothing. Slothy here.
Yeah. Next up, we've got the Patchwork Automaton. 2 mana for a 1/1 artifact creature construct with Ward 2. And whenever you cast an artifact spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Patchwork Automaton.
Yep.
This will get big.
Well, I mean, you've got 46 artifacts in here, so.
Yeah. It's like 46 artifacts. We have a bunch of land. We have 35 land. So that doesn't leave much for anything else. So this creature gets big.
Too many land.
That is too many lands.
Bring it down to a nice 29. That's fair. All right.
Quiet you. All right. The next one we have is going to be Shambling Suit for 3 mana. It's an artifact creature construct. That's a star and a 3. So star power, 3 toughness. Its power is equal to the number of artifacts and or enchantments you control. We don't have enchantments, we don't care.
Yep. You're You go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I imagine this could get to a point where it can just crew your commander by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a chance where, you can just tap it once and it just automatically gives you the 10 plus for your station. There is a chance.
Yep.
20 plus, maybe. But at that point in time, you're already winning, so it makes a difference.
You
That's
just have
fair.
to believe in the heart of the cards.
True.
There you go.
Heart of the cards. It's another land. Who put 35 in this? No. The next one as well is phenomenal inclusion in this deck. You have Traxos, Scourge of Krug. 4 colorless for a legendary artifact creature construct. It is a 7/7 trampler. Big boy. It enters tapped and doesn't untap during your untap step. No one cares about that. Whenever you cast a historic spell, artifact, legendary, or saga, and we got artifacts for days, you untap this Traxos, and that becomes pretty problematic early because it's a 7. It's a 7, so every time you're like, Mind Stone, I put 7 counters on. Soul Ring, I put 7 counters on. You know what I mean? Like being able to drop down any, because every one of these artifacts you want out anyways, and like, you know what I mean? 2 of these makes your commander's ability start to go off. 3 of these makes your opponents cry as you bash them for 20 flying. Technically not commander damage. I'm just saying. You will live. But at what cost?
True, you will live. The fun thing is when you have this out and you cast the commander, and then it untaps it, and you just tap.
Well, especially if it's untapped when, yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's when you cast. All right, you couldn't do it, but don't worry, it's still good.
Next card, last one here, is going to be Weathered Sentinel for 3 mana. It is a 2/5 artifact creature wall. So it has Defender, Vigilance, Reach, Trample. So it's nice defense, because, especially because it has Reach and it's big butt, so it's kind of nice. This creature can attack players who attack you during their last turn as though it didn't have Defender. And whenever this creature attacks, it gets +3/+3 and gains indestructible until end of turn.
I like it.
5 on the attack, and then you can still put 5 counters into your commander after.
Yeah, actually.
So we don't care.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool. I like this deck secretly has so much vindictive stuff. Oh, you attacked me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm coming at you. Ultima attacks you. You lose a land. Weathered Sentinel attacks you. You lose a land. Commander, trigger on the stack. I like it. Before we go into your cheap creatures here, Sherman, I am going to say again, like, share, subscribe. It really, really does help us all out. And then I'm giving everyone a 30-second music break. Listen to my music for 30 seconds. It'll be there. This is it. It won't be 30 seconds, but yeah, here we go. 1 second. We're on a quick break.
Underneath the rotting skin of fall lie the ones who answered when the dead men called. Roots through their ribs, moss in their mouths. Still they reach, still they howl. 1,000 graves, a single breath. They dream of blood, they beg for death. Beneath rotting leaves, they turn and seethe. The lost, the dead, the ones who grieve. Step too soft and you'll believe there's life beneath rotting leaves. I saw their fingers break the stone.
All right, break's over. We're back. Yeah, I don't have it so they can hear it. So they were just on break in the background. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna start throwing some of my music random pieces in there. So the link to that stuff will be in our show notes, and when Slothy's has that stuff too, Slothy's will be there. And also go check out Slothy's stuff. And I'll put Slothy's band's Instagram in there and go follow them because they're good people.
Oh, thanks.
They're good people. All right, now back to our not so cheap creatures. 5+ mana value. What is this section already, Sherman? What's this about?
I had nowhere else to put them.
We just came back from a loving. We came back from a loving break, and the first card's an Eldrazi.
Hey, you know what? One of the rules I had from building this deck was to have I can have Eldrazi, but I cannot have Annihilator.
It's a loose rule. We could maybe have a little Annihilator as a treat.
No. 0 Annihilator. I do not want people targeting me just because I have Annihilator.
You heard it. Target him because he has Annihilator.
Exactly. That's literally what I do. I'm like, oh, they have Annihilator. Target them. Deal with them.
Yeah.
It works a lot.
Target Daniel is Annihilator. I Ultima your lands. I like it. I think you start us off here, Slothy.
Sure. We've got the anti-causal vestige, 6 mana for a 7/5 Eldrazi. Once a creature leaves the battlefield, draw a card, then you may put a permanent card with mana value less than or equal to the number of lands you control from your hand on the battlefield tapped. And it has Warp for 4. And Warp, because I don't think we've talked about it yet. You may cast this card from your hand for its Warp cost and exile this creature at the beginning of the next end step. Then you may cast it from exile on a later turn.
That's actually great.
Yeah. Warp is the new mechanic for Edge of Eternity.
I like this little blink that makes it so that you can cast it cheap and then cast it a second time. And again, it's a 7, right, to get onto your commander, which is pretty great.
Yeah, so we just bring it out, tap it for 7 to hopefully station, add the charges to the station. It goes away. We drop something else that replaces it that hopefully can tap to add to our station again, and then go from there. And like 7's a lot. So if we have like a 3 power, kick it around, such as like our Zenith Chronicler, then our station becomes 10+. And then we can attack with something and deal 100 damage to something else.
Yeah, that's this warp mechanic is pretty cool. Like I love all ETB kind of stuff, but the fact that this is more of a leaves the battlefield side of things, I also think is really cool. The I also, by the way, only read this. You read the name the right way, and I'm still only reading this as anti-casual.
Well, I almost read that as well, just based off of having, Ultima and all the Eldrazi in here, and
yeah,
how much Sherman clearly just hates his playgroup.
Yeah, parry this, you casual. What
I have group hug stuff in here, okay? How many people play with Coveted Joe and let it pass around? Come on.
This
Okay,
guy.
I do
I'm
believe
trying to
Dan.
help you out.
I do believe Dan had some group hug stuff in his Toxrill deck.
It's all group hug.
In
You've got
my
to believe
defense-
me. It's group slug.
In my defense, let the court understand that in my defense, I am trying to promote other things for people. I have a 5/5 flyer that can tap it where I mill myself to give you 1 mana of any color. That 1 mana can help you out a lot.
Right. I really like this, but more so for anything like the reason I like this the most is that we all have a control player somewhere in our lives or meta, and this is a very, very nice way to get you drop this down for 4. Do I really want to counter this? No, who cares? You can have your little thing, it goes away. And then I drop in something like that Traxos, right? One of those very, very big things that is a great counter thing. The putting permanents into play is a phenomenal ability to get around, like casting stuff like that. I like this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Especially considering that like it dependent on how many lands you have. So if you have like 8 lands and you do the warp ability, you can drop something that's 8 or less from your hand.
Yeah.
It's really nice for that. You're not casting it, you're just placing it down, so no one can counter that after either. So,
well, again, even the fact that you can put any of your, even we just look at the last section we just did, right? Like a Circuit Mender, the Traxos, Weathered Sentinels, any of those things. These are phenomenal things to be able to cheat into play because nearly every one of these cards is going to be the first ability of your commander for 4 mana. Right?
Yeah.
And yeah, like I really think this is pretty cool. I didn't know there was Eldrazi. Like I said, I haven't really looked at the new set at all. I've only been playing Warhammer stuff. Not playing Warhammer. I should clarify that. I have not played any Warhammer. I have been buying Warhammer and assembling Warhammer. I don't even know if I'm going to like playing Warhammer, but I do know that I like putting models together. It's pretty fun.
You know what you should look for? I'm more certain they don't make these guys anymore. You have to like go on eBay and everything. But there's the Chaos Sound Marines.
Oh yeah, those are cool. Yeah, the loud heavy metal ones.
Yeah, they're like dressed in like pink and everything for like Pilgrim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, you like them.
I like
anyway.
It. Our next one we have here is a Metalwork Colossus. 11 mana for a 10/10 artifact construct, which is beefy. The spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of non-creature artifacts you control. So oftentimes in a deck that is all artifacts, 40 artifacts, you could have just your cheap, I won't say garbage, but you can have your cheap whatever artifacts out and then drop this for free. And then you can sack 2 artifacts, return it from your graveyard to your hand, which is also a great piece of, you can block with it, you can attack with it, you can crew your giant commander with it. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice and versatile. It's fun for that. So, and for sacrificing, we have our next feature here. It's gonna be Triplicate Titan for 9 mana. Artifact creature golem. That's a 9/9. So why would we sacrifice this? Well, it has flying, vigilance, and trample. And when this creature dies, you create a 3/3 colorless golem artifact creature token with flying, a 3/3 colorless golem artifact creature token with vigilance, and a 3/3 colorless golem artifact creature token with trample. So it replaces itself with 3 other features. They're tiny, not that tiny.
But still, again, a vigilance one so that you can still swing with it is great. The fact you can swing with this and then crew for 9 is also great. A flyer is great to get your jewel back. Like the Triplicate Titan's awesome. And again, it's gonna take. What do you want to kill? Do you want to kill this 9/9 flyer that I'm going to continuously bash you with, or do you want to kill my commander, which I'm just going to put out and recrew with this 9/9 flyer? You choose.
Exactly. Yeah.
But if you can, it should be mentioned that if you have a way to sacrifice this, like your Metalwork Colossus ability and stuff, you could be dropping this down and full crewing your commander. Nearly full crewing. Because you can get 18 off this if you can sack this. Yeah, I like it. Another new Eldrazi.
This one's not super new.
This is Modern Horizons 3. Actually, I haven't played that Eldrazi deck yet either.
We've got the Twins of Discord. 7 mana, 8/6 Eldrazi. Whenever you attack, choose odd or even. And I just did some looking. Zero's even in this case.
Mm-hmm.
Creatures with mana value of that quality can't block this turn. And other colorless creatures you control have Bloodthirst 2.
What is Bloodthirst 2?
Give me 2 seconds.
I got it. So Bloodthirst 2 is if an opponent was dealt damage this turn, this creature enters the battlefield with 2+1/+1 counters on it. Same thing for Bloodthirst 1, you would put 1/1 counters on it, or +3, etc., etc., etc.
But if you do that, then your commander is 21 damage. Then they will die. Sherman, no.
No,
it's no longer group.
Oh, because it's not a creature till it enters. All right. Mm-hmm. I have to say, I've mentioned it a few times. I would spend the entire game telling people you're not going to die to commander damage. It's only 20. This deck. I would just name this deck. It's only 20, and that's how I would hit people. I would just be like, it's only 20 damage. We're just going to hit you once. Everyone would have 20 commander damage.
I'm bulletproof, but only once.
Yeah, right. It's only 20 is a hilarious thing to tell people when you swing a commander. I like it. If you have your Anthem out, I'll even kill my Anthem. I'll blow my own Anthem up. I'll laser whatever I want.
Yeah.
What is this section? What is this about? I thought we were friends.
We are friends. This stuff doesn't have to target you.
True. I'll take our first one in the interaction section. I do like your price tag on it. 6 cards at $688 is a great price. We've got our go spend that $688 at House of Cards. Blade Griff prototype is 5 colorless for 3/2 Griffin with flying. When it deals combat damage to a player, you destroy target non-land permanent of that player's choice that one of your opponents controls. I love that as a politics because it lets me get back in and do damage. It lets me swing it, like you said, the Monarch, the Coveted Jewel player, any of those things. But you can say, I love the let me hit you and I'll let you remove something. And they can't remove my thing, so it doesn't matter what they pick.
Yeah. So it's like, let's say Slothy has propaganda out. And it's like, okay, we can't attack Slothy because none of us can really afford to pay it right now. Like, Daniel, let me hit you. And then it's only 3 damage. You can take 3 damage. Destroy the propaganda. And then next turn, on your turn, you can attack Slothy and then you can hit me back for 3 if you want. I'm fine with that. But we got rid of a problematic card, which is nice.
We need to hit Slothy's propaganda. Let me hit you. It's only 23.
It's only 20.
My commander has to do it too. I'm sorry. It's the only way Blade Griff works. I like it. We have to get his Windborn Muse too. You have to understand. I like it.
Well, that's what the next card's kind of useful for. So,
one of you guys take it away. I can't remember who.
It's Sherman.
No, it's gonna be me. Next card is gonna be Duplicant. For 6 mana, artifact creature shapeshifter. That's a 2/4. It has imprint. So when Duplicant enters the battlefield, you may exile target non-token creature. Okay, as long as a card exiled with Duplicant is a creature card, Duplicant has the power, toughness, and creature type of the last creature card exiled with Duplicant. It's still a shapeshifter. So I get some sort of vanilla creature, but I get exile something. Hopefully it has indestructibility, so it's not a waste.
Yeah. I like that. The fact that you still get the big power too is nice for your crewing. I'm going to keep calling it crew. I'm not going to call it station.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. It's crew with extra steps. Grow up.
Next up, we've got the Eldrazi Confluence. 2 and 2 colorless. For an instant, you choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. Target creature gets +3/-3 until end of turn. Exile target non-land permanent, then return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control, or create a 1/1 Eldrazi Scion creature token with sacrifice this creature and add colorless.
That's sick.
This honestly seems like a really fun card. I want to play with this more. You know, it seems so much fun.
What is this from?
MH3.
MH3.
This is from the Eldrazi set from or not the Eldrazi. It's from I can't.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Commander set.
Yeah, this is very cool. All these old Eldrazi things, everything just looks like Tyranids to me now. Just very cool Tyranids. I love the existential threat ones, but every one of these modes is great. Like the fact that you can use it to extremely pump one of your creatures up. If you have a big creature like that, like your triplicate Titan, right? You can pump that up, like two of them dumped into that, and now it's like a 15/15. That's pretty problematic as an instant. I wouldn't like to be hit with that.
It would be a 15/3.
15/3, whatever. Still gonna hurt. Still gonna hit me like a truck.
Dies to lightning bolt now.
Yeah, it does die to lightning bolt now, and then I would get other ones anyways. You're just helping the plan out. But then also the fact that you can like use this as a triple blink, and you have so many cool things that are already like again your warp thing, leaving the battlefield, getting an extra blink, getting an extra duplicate blink, even an extra solemn blink, right? These are phenomenal modes, or at worst 3 bodies that also sack for 3 like colorless. It's a very cool card. I have enjoyed their restrictions of you need specifically colorless mana to do things, and I find that those cards like Eldrazi Displacer kind of thing, right? I find that those cards generally have such a great payoff for that restriction of like the colorless mana. That's monster. It's a big card. These are all non-land, Sherman. I want more land. We have Introduction to Annihilation. 5 colorless. It's a sorcery lesson. It is a mean lesson. Exile target non-land permanent. Its controller draws a card. Yeah.
Nice card. It's a good card. The next one gonna be a Meteor Golem for 7 mana. So artifact creature Golem 3/3. Whenever this creature enters the store target non-land permanent and opponent control. I know. Medium Golem is normally into deck where we can bring stuff back and we cheat it out in the graveyard or whatnot. But I need some more removal. Like this is just not enough interaction. So
I was gonna say
why he's here.
This deck's pretty, but yeah, it's like under $150. Like you kind of get what you get when you're playing on a budget like that. And I still think $150 for what I think is so far an extremely functional and cool deck. Like you get what you get, right? And Meteor Golem is a phenomenal piece of I don't like this tech.
Mm-hmm. Next up here, we've got Null Elemental Blast. For a colorless, it's an instant. Choose one, counter target multicolored spell, or destroy target multicolored permanent.
Yeah.
Very useful. Very useful.
I'd be livid if you Null Elemental blasted Toxrill.
It's deserved.
Does Toxrill count as a multicolored spell? Or is he mono black on the stack?
He's mono black because his color identity 2 colors.
Then we're good. We're back to friends. Friendship on. We have Spatial Contortion. 1 and 1 colorless mana target creature gets +3/-3 till end of turn. That's actually pretty decent. That kills a lot of commanders right now.
Yeah, it really does. That 3 makes a huge difference.
It's again as commander gets more kind of pushed in the power thing. A lot of commanders are in that 3 mana or less, and a lot of them are starting to see more aggressive, like more power than toughness kind of thing. This kills a lot of commanders.
And that's the thing, like before, early on in for EDH, like Lightning Bolt was pretty good because you saw a lot of like low power stuff, you know. And then as time went on, Lightning Bolt wasn't as useful because we found a lot of creatures have 4 toughness or higher, and now the Wizard is going back to like powerful things, but their toughness is like lower to like 3 or less, right? So stuff like this and lightning bolt and everything are having a nice comeback in a sense.
Yeah, being able to kill.
So,
The fact that you can like shock kill some commanders right now is kind of fun.
yeah, that's kind of outrageous.
It hurts. Can't kill Nor in the Wary. That's all that matters to me.
That's such an annoying card.
Love that card.
Next one we have here is going to be Titan's Presence for 3 mana. It's an instant. At an additional cost to cast a spell, reveal a colorless creature card from your hand. That is not a problem for us. Now, exile target creature if its power is less than or equal to the revealed card's power. That part's a little bit more trickier.
Well, you have a lot of big things, like, again, Traxos a 7/7, right?
Yeah, we have things like that. We have like the Metalwork Colossus that can come back to our hand, like Wind of Discord, stuff like that. But we also have things like, like the Shambling Suit where it's a star power, so it's going to be 0 in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's tricky. It's something that I'm playing around with, or I'm going to try to play around with. But it seems like it's useful. It seems like it's fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I just thought of as well? Obviously, it's Rigo because that's all my brain does. But a lot of these cards, a shield counter kind of doesn't matter if you just give it -3 or -6.
Correct.
Yeah, because it's just it doesn't come back. It just doesn't die to a destructing, but it still has them. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's sort of like how you can regenerate something, but it'll just die again.
Yeah, because again, in my brain, like I said, I'm very single-minded in my stuff, and I was just like, oh, like your Shambling Suit, you could just reveal it and kill my Ornithopter. It'd be hilarious. But like, you know what I mean? I 3 mana kill your Ornithopter would make me laugh. But yeah, like the fact that you have a lot of your removal section here with that minus ability, like the minus toughness, is getting around a lot of the indestructible things, and I didn't even think about that at the time, but like that is an Avacyn killer in your hand.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. That's very, very cool.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we've got Transmogrifying Wand, 3 mana artifact. Enters battlefield with 3 charge counters on it. You can pay 1 and tap it to remove a charge counter from the wand. Destroy target creature, and its controller creates a 2/4 white ox creature token. Activate only as a sorcery.
I've never said this card name right. I thought it was Transmogrifying this whole time. I'm learning this episode. I can't read.
Reading's hard.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. You have a lot of sorcery speed in this deck. It's the sorcery station.
Yeah, 100%.
I like it. I like that it's slowed down a little bit. We have another cool one, Warping Whale. This looks like another thing from that Eldrazi kind of set. 1 and 1 colorless. You choose one. Exile target creature with power or toughness 1 or less. That's kind of mean. That's hilarious. Counter target sorcery, or make another 1/1 colorless Eldrazi creature that has sack to add a colorless. That's pretty good.
Yep, another card that seems fun, and you guys know me. I like countering stuff. So hey.
Yeah.
We're halfway there. Because I have a huge land section. I warn you guys now. I have a huge land section. So next section is board wipes / partial board wipes, because we don't really board wipe, but we kind of do. It's only 4 cards. It's a little pricey. We're at like $11.50 basically. But yeah, so the first one is kind of expensive. Kind of not, but it's going to be All Is Dust for 7 mana. Tribal Sorcery Eldrazi. Each player sacrifices all colored permanents they control. Very one-sided. I know. Don't care. I want to win.
A 7 mana though, sorcery. I'm all right with that. That's reasonable.
It's better than
Instant speed Cyclif, where I lose my mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I think that's a fair one. And again, it is a nice reset. And if your whole deck is dedicated to colorless and stuff, well, then again, this is it's not going to be, generally speaking, like a Psych Rift where it's just a purely defensive move. This is generally, you're going to kill the table.
Yeah.
Next up here, we've got Calamity of the Titans. 4 and 2 colorless for a sorcery. Additional cost to cast it, reveal a colorless creature card from your hand. Exile each creature and planeswalker with mana value less than the revealed card's mana value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a False Floor. It's 4 colorless. Enters tapped. Creatures enter tapped, which is funny. 2 and pay 2 tap. Exile it. Exile all untapped creatures. Activate only as a sorcery.
Hey, we can tap all of our creatures. Yay!
Yeah.
Keep in mind, though. Keep in mind, if you do this to like put charges on your station, make sure that your station is not a creature by the time you use False Floor.
Yeah. I crew everything. I destroy it.
Or else you're losing it.
It's the weirdest way to flex. You get it to a 20/20 and blow it up yourself. Let that be a lesson.
We're exiling it.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is a fun one. Okay. It's going to be Steel Hellkite for 6 mana. Artifact creature, dragon, that's a 5/5 flyer. For 2 mana, this creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn, which is nice. But it also has X. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value X whose controller was dealt combat damage by this creature this turn. Activate only once each turn. That part is what we care about a lot because the flying is what helps us the most.
Yeah. I like this. There's some mean sections. Oh, I do like this one too. Your utility section now, Sherman?
Yeah. Constant utility. So stuff that is really, really nice in our deck that help us out quite a bit.
Yeah. We started this off with a Basilisk Collar. 1 colorless, your equipped creature has Death Touch and Lifelink, and equipped 2. Is this just because we have a 20/20?
That deals 100 damage on attack? Yeah.
Hang on one moment here. Dawnsire does deal 100 damage. Well. All right. I spoke too soon. Perhaps I was too hasty.
Remember, we cannot equip it until it's 20 plus because it's not a creature till then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have some time.
Next one here is going to be Clock of Omens. 4 mana artifact. You can tap 2 untapped artifacts you control to untap target artifact.
Yeah.
So we all know Clock of Omens is kind of crazy, so you gotta have it in here. We do not have infinite combos in this deck, so Clock of Omens is kind of nice. And let's believe that I know of. I've gone through this quite a bit. I don't think there's any infinite combos.
Fair.
So hopefully, I haven't fully 100% checked, but hopefully that's the case. Anyway, next card we have here is going to be the Endbringer for 5 any colorless, so 6 mana value total. Creature Eldrazi is a 5/5. Untap the Endbringer during each other player's untapped step. Now, you can tap it to deal 1 damage to any target, or you can tap 1 colorless and tap it. Target creature can't attack and block this turn, which is great for politics. Or tap 2 colorless and you tap it to draw it.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
This is an Eldrazi deck that's not an Eldrazi deck. I like it.
Eldrazi adjacent.
It is Eldrazi adjacent. I like it. We've got our Farmstead Gleaner next. 3 colorless for a 2/2 Scarecrow. It does not untap during your untap step. Pay 2 and an untap. Put a 1/1 counter on the Farmstead Gleaner, that's great because you can just sit there and consistently get it going with your commander.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this one creature single-handedly can make our station into a creature if it gets out of hand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we've got Forsaken Monument. 5 mana for a legendary artifact. Colorless creatures, you control get +2/+2. Whenever you tap a permanent for colorless, and add an additional colorless, and whenever you cast a colorless spell, you gain 2 life.
That's pretty cool. The Farmstead Gleaner, by the way, really quickly, sorry, is it gets us to 20 with 8 mana.
Yeah.
which is pretty all right. Now back to Forsaken Monument. That's a problematic card. The double land is a problem. The fact that it's for a permanent, you get an extra. The life gain, the anthem, every part of this is rough.
It's definitely a problem. It will be a target, so just watch out for that. You know, that's another reason why I didn't really put in like creature with Annihilator, because I'm already going to be at a target most of the time. I don't want to be a huge target, so I'm trying to be more friendly. I'm trying to throw in the group hug stuff. I'm trying to do stuff like that, right? So, the next one here we have is going to be Flaring Fleshraker for 2 and a colorless, so 3 total. Creature, Eldrazi Drone that's a 2/2. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature token with sacrifice this creature, add 1 colorless. Whenever another colorless creature enters the battlefield under your control, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. This one, tricky card.
It's kind of cool.
Like it's interesting. I like it a lot. It's really interesting. It's a little bit problematic because it deals 1 damage to every single person, but it's nice because every time you cast a color spell, you create a 0/1 spawn.
It is
that
like a cost
0/1
reduction.
Might not be 0/1 because we have the monument, we have anthem, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, just the fact that it the fact that it pumps out so many creatures in this deck, right? Like everything's colorless, right? So I like this card a lot. Again, this is another Modern Horizons through, and I should really go through that deck at some point. Oh, you have a Mirage Mirror too. I love Mirage Mirror. 3 colorless for an artifact. You pay 2. It becomes a copy of target artifact, creature, enchantment, or land until end of turn.
Yeah, it's useful. Let's face it.
It's just good in general and stuff, right? You have a lot of things that are token generators, like the last one we just talked about, right? So paying 2 before you start casting off and copying a doubling season, copying, like we said earlier, if there's a propaganda out. There's so many good things that Mirage Mirror can hit, and the fact that you can even turn it into a coveted jewel, and then just say like, "Hey, here, you hit me, you gain control of this." Pass the Mirage Mirror around is really fun.
Next up here, we've got the Surge Conductor, 3 mana for a 3/2 artifact creature robot. Whenever another non-token artifact you control enters, proliferate. It's good for those charge counters.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next one we have here is going to be Voltaic Construct. 4 mana. It's a 2/2 artifact golem. Tap 2 mana to untap target artifact creature.
Yeah, that's very good to not have to have any tap on it. You just sink mana into it is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like this one. This is a very cool card. And then we have our Voltaic Servant, 2 colorless for a 1/3 construct. At the beginning of your end step, untap target artifact.
Yep. So that's it for utility. So we got 2 sections left. We have protection and we have land.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Was it me first for this one?
Take it away.
Yeah, we got the Eldritch Immunity, colorless for a Kindred instant Eldrazi. Target creature you control gains protection from each color until end of turn, and it has Overload for 4 and a colorless.
True.
It's really nice to get in that final damage if need be to kill someone or just to protect their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So either or, it's really nice.
Yeah.
The next one is gonna be your Lightning Greaves for 2 mana. Artifact equipment creature has haste and shroud and it has top of 0.
The fact that you can get your commander out as like a 2020 that can just swing is not good. I don't like that.
I like it.
I don't like that.
Put it in there.
It is only 20, but we have next our Smoke Bomb, which I also don't like. This is also really like. It's a good card. I don't like when people play it against me though. 3 colorless flash. All creatures have Shroud. Beginning of your upkeep, sack it. When you do, target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. The damage is happening.
Smoke Bomb is really fun when you play it against someone that needs to interact with their creatures.
Yeah.
Rounding out this protection section, we've got Swiftfoot Boots, 2 mana for an equipment. Equipped creature has hexproof and haste and has equip for 1.
Yeah, so nice, isn't it? It's like Lightning Greaves, so it is what it is. Okay, last section, or sorry, second last section, because I also have the maybe board. We might not cover that because I don't know how much time we have. The land section, there's 35 lands. Of the 35 lands, I only have 5 wastes, and everything else is kind of like utility lands.
Is there important ones you want to talk about?
So the important things about this, for the land, like, because like everything's colorless, so you don't really care. A lot of the lands are really nice because like you can like if they come in, you gain 2 life, or you cycle them, things like that. You can sacrifice them, create like a zombie, or we have like Feel Ruin, Ghost Quarter, destroying lands, stuff like that. The key ones you really care about, in all honesty, like we have Cardin's Bastion and we have things like that. But Rogue's Passage we care about. But the biggest one we care about, in all honesty, of the whole thing is gonna be one of them is gonna be Witch's Clinic, which is target tap colors or tap 2 and target commander gains life until end of turn. So that's kind of important for us. Like I said, anything that creates creatures for us, or we're stacking the creature, we can hopefully bring it back with the Scared Killer. So, but those are the ones that we really care about. They're the biggest one. Other than that, there it is. Tomb of the Spirit Dragon. So Tomb of the Spirit Dragon, tap for a colorless, you tap 2, tap it, and you gain 1 life for each colorless creature you control. So, as we've gone through the deck so far, we're gaining life here and there from time to time from different things. Tomb of the Spirit Dragon lets us gain wrap ton of life really quickly because we're going to have a lot of creatures out. So, hopefully people will be like, okay, like you're a problem because of this, okay? But overall, like we have like 31 creatures, not including the fact that we can generate creatures at the same time. But those are the main ones that we care about. Everything else is kind of like, it's nice here and there, etc., etc.
There's another, I think there's 1 or 2 more Urza's lands. Like the Urza lands?
Yeah, I didn't include them in because I wanted to have at least like a few wastes in this deck.
Ah, that's fair.
So
again,
I have things like, okay, like search for a basic land or stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, and one thing I have to point out, because like I see that people play this a lot, and I was looking at this before, and I'm like, okay, I kind of did this wrong for a while, but like with Myriad Landscape. So Myriad Landscape says like enters in tapping, tap for color, tap 2, tap it, sacrifice it, search your library for up to 2 basic lands that share a land type, and then put them on battlefield tap. I don't have Myriad Landscape in here because waste, even though they are basic land, they don't have a land type. So if I have Myriad Landscape out and I sack it, I can only search for 1 waste. I can't search for 2.
That's fair.
So if anyone's wondering why I don't have that, that's the reason why. So anyway, that's my land section.
I do like your witch. I do like your witch's clinic too. I didn't even think about the life link on your commander, but
it's an expensive card. I think this is like one of the most expensive cards in the deck. $7. It's kind of crazy.
But again, if you have a commander that can reliably do 100 damage, that's cool. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? And again, people aren't going to see that coming. I didn't see that coming at all. I was like, why Basilisk color? What's that for?
It's for, in the unlikely chance I get to pull it off, I'm going to win.
Yeah. I like it. Anyway. Do you want to quickly go through your last your last maybe board ones?
Okay, we'll go through it real fast. My baby board's really priced high. Okay, the things you really care about, in all honesty, of all of these, the biggest one is Field of the Dead. Field of the Dead will help you tremendously because of the 35 lands I have in here, only 5 of them are the same name, which are the waves. Everything else is different. So if you throw in the Field of the Dead, you're pretty much guaranteed that when you drop a land, you're gonna get a 2/2 zombie. And that 2/2 zombie is a great walker. It's great for putting station counters onto or charge counters onto your station, things like that. So that one's really good. Another one is going to be Crypto Thrall. It's for 4 mana, 3/3 artifact creature construct. It has Protector. Other artifact creatures you control have extra. This one's really, really, really nice.
Yeah.
So, because once again, 46 artifacts in our deck, kind of nice.
These are all really, really nice. Like I was just looking through the section. These are all great upgrades, but like you said, the price point on a lot of them is just very high. Like your Immortal Sun and stuff. That's awesome. The extra card, the Anthem, the spell reduction. But
also, in all honesty, you can take out. I threw it in here because I wanted to keep the wording, so because I knew the conversation for this would come up in the deck. But you don't have to have it because your station doesn't become a creature until it's like 20 plus, and the odds of only cares for when it's a creature. So whether you have it or not, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, Ozol's cool, anyway, like in passing and stuff. The Ugin it's a 20 piece, like $21 card, but the ability to drop that down and exile the entire board is also monster. Yeah, and then the same, a gain 7, draw 7, put 7 permanents.
And we have Proliferate in the deck as well, so I'm not too worried about it. You know, because there's a chance you can actually get it up to the 10 mark and ultimate the Planeswalker.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I really like this deck. Seeing a cool colorless deck always makes me happy. And this does definitely meet the threshold of a cool colorless deck. It has a little bit of everything, right? Like it's got a little bit, its interaction section is actually pretty strong. It has a massive baddie in the command zone dealing 100 damage, 20 flyer. Like, you know what I mean? It's pretty cool. It has big stomp energy, and it just got a lot of cool cards that you don't often see. Like I like seeing new things, and a lot of this deck I would not be able to, wouldn't really be able to figure out what's coming next, right? I can see like the recipe a lot of the time for what people are doing, but this is just like it's got a lot of utility, a lot of different ways to play it, and I like that you don't often include a lot of these tutors. So you're having different games every time. Like I like this style of deck. This is really, really cool. And there's so many cards that can just like MVP shine.
Yeah. And in all honesty, like when it comes to colorless deck, the biggest problem that I see most people encounter is that it costs a lot to have normally a fairly efficient colorless deck. Like a lot of the good cards are very priced. So it was a challenge to bring this under $150, let alone under $200. So I say most color sets out there, if you want a really, really good one that can match up to a lot of people in like bracket 3 and bracket 4, you're looking at around like 200 to 250.
Well,
at least.
It's so easy to get caught up into
It's getting up there.
It's so easy to get caught up into the like, I want the Metalcraft artifacts that like 0 mana tap for things. And, you look at it and you're like, whoa, Mox Diamond would be cool in this one.
Yeah.
Like it's, you can add so many like monster strong artifacts. So again, even the temptation to, Ancient Tomb was just reprinted. Why don't we throw that in here? That's colorless, right?
Yeah.
I like the direction that you went with this a lot.
Yeah. And we're not saying that you shouldn't play those spicy cards. Like, for anyone that starts off, like we like being more like beginner friendly, a beginner friendly podcast. We like doing the budget moves. We like having fun and everything. Like as time grows, like, if you're like been playing Magic for 5, 6, 7 years, or you have a huge, vast collection, and you're gonna have these spicy cards. You might as well use them, or So we're not saying don't use them, but like that. But like that's what we're going with. Like that's why we're releasing these budget decks here and there. And, well, like I have to say, like building. Sorry.
I was just gonna say quickly, like we tend to make more of instead of a like this is the list and you have to play it. I'm like this is the base recipe. You go whatever direction you want from it. You can make this an expensive deck. You can make any of our decks an expensive deck, but a lot of it is just like here is a functional deck. Like this is like a nice budget way to play this card. Here's some ideas, because we play it in pretty weird ways, like really unorthodox ways, which I like.
Yeah. And we like seeing different cards. We like experimenting with cards. We like trying out. We like to theory craft in a sense. Let's say that. So
I love seeing like unorthodox things that you just don't see often. Yeah. Any closing thoughts here, Slothy, before I hit the button?
No, I also really enjoy a good colorless deck, and I think having a Star Destroyer in the command zone is really cool. Yeah, there's not much to say. I'm a big fan.
I like it. With that, we hit the outro button. Thank you guys for listening to another episode. Like, share, subscribe. It really does help us out. If you want to go above and beyond that, come over on Patreon. It's the easiest way to support us, just kind of directly. Chat decks. Like I said, get some spell table games in. We go through a lot of the spoiler stuff there. We talk live in the Discord about the spoilers when they come out a lot. A lot of the people who are on Patreon are actually way faster than me on the spoilers and have pretty good views on them. So definitely come over there. It's a fun place. Come craft decks with us. Go to housecards.ca, promo code IT99. It's going to get you a discount at checkout. It's going to support a wonderful business. It's going to support us. It's going to get you cheap cards. Who has anything bad to say about that? And then last but finally not least, put your decks in AI Armor sleeves. I like them. I can't say enough good things about that company in general, so I just really like them. Yeah, that's it. I gave everyone the music. Second music break of the episode. Oh yeah, and go follow Slothy's Band's Instagram. It'll be in the show notes. Honestly, I love this song. It just relax. It's relaxing. Nice little outro. Outro, start the week. And now
Oh
we're
man, I
out.
forgot my muffin in the fridge. Crap. Breakfast time.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Later.
See ya.